half, giving more of the two big lineup a chance. How much did that help you, and why do you think it was so effective in that moment?
Well, I don't think KJ had a great game, and technically KJ's a two big lineup guy, but I don't think he was probably at where he'd been playing most of the season without question. And you know, we tried to play Flory where he set ball screens and ran to the rim, and Hunt was kind of a perimeter ball screen setting guy, and it worked fine because it allowed us enough angles to get downhill and Zeke get to the free throw line. But you know, it was better for us. And then Flory was obviously did a good job of defending on the other end, especially their point guard. He's probably never guarded a point guard in his life, and that's who he's stuck on. So I thought he did a good job.
And then in those last couple minutes, you had a few different combinations of those three guys in there. I guess, how did you decide which two bigs to put in at which moment?
Offense, defense. So.
You've talked a lot about wanting Flory out there more. How do you get him out there? Does it come at KJ's expense, or how can you do that?
I don't know. Maybe we just play three bigs and just rotate those guys, you know, equally. But Flory's got to play more. But the bottom line is the reason he's got to play more is because we're not really getting a lot out of a couple of positions right now. So. And we've had some good practices, but obviously today that's as miserable of offensive team as I've seen play in this building in 22 years. That was horrid. So second half was a little better, but time and score dictated why we played better. Because when you're behind and time's running out, you tend to be more aggressive. We were never aggressive in the first half whatsoever.
It's just a clarity thing, but on the play where Zeke saved the ball from going to the backcourt and they ruled that he stepped on the line. He said he didn't, but
he didn't step on the line.
Can you review that or
no?
You
No,
can't?
no,
Okay.
no, he didn't.
You can't
The
ask
official
for it
told
either.
me he missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he missed it. So.
I think you talked about it yesterday about how you think Ryland and AJ can have a great second half. They only played about, I think, 15 minutes and I think 12 minutes respectively. What did you kind of see out of them?
Nothing. So I didn't really see much. I mean, they both had chances, but timid, non-aggressive. I didn't really see much. And our ball screen coverage to start the game, was so bad that we allowed Zero to roll in there and get 6 points off ball screen coverage, and Small was able to find him. And you know, a lot of those were situations where AJ probably could have done better in those situations, but you know, that's my fault. I just don't have them quite ready yet in that situation. They've had good practices, but today defensively, I didn't feel like, you know, the sports is strange when you know, you can feel good and good intentions, and when somebody punches you in the mouth and staggers you, or there's a screw up or something like that, all of a sudden you're not quite as aggressive and you're not quite as confident, and then therefore you're not near as effective. And that's kind of what happened today with AJ starting the game.
Last play of the game, Hunter with the long good baseball pass. It worked. KJ got it right in front of you. He shot it. Did you think there might have been contact?
Nah, I don't know. You know, when you lose, we all have a tendency to bitch about officiating. And when you win, sometimes you take it for granted that maybe you got a friendly whistle. The play at the end is probably a foul early in the game, but I'm not sure that there's a lot of people that would call a foul on the last possession of the game. So it's disappointing to me. I thought he got fouled in the catch and got reached, but the whole deal is there's 1 second left. You're probably not going to get that call. So certainly, you know, I'm not going to dwell on not getting that call. I could probably dwell on us not playing as well as we could have played, or with the intensity we could have played with earlier, that maybe put that call to be pointless, because we wouldn't have been in that situation.
What about Diggy's steal and chance to go up there?
Yeah, Diggy got the steal and threw it to KJ. I thought that was a great wall up defensively. I thought they did a great job on that. You know, you think KJ could maybe get fouled or score, get an and one, and we come away with nothing. And then we foul Small on the other end, and he makes both. So that was a big play, but I thought it was actually good defense by West Virginia.
You mentioned the offense to start the game. What did you like about it in the first kind of 5-6 minutes?
There's no pace. There's just standing around. We don't have a one-on-one team. We don't have guys that can get their shoulders past people unless they get help. And there's just no ball and body movement. We just we're stationary, passing and standing.
What do you think leads to that? I know that's something you've talked about before in here.
What I think leads to that?
Yeah.
I think our energy to start the game was pretty low, to be honest.
Coach, you talked about how you had a good week of practice, the guys are feeling good. How often does it not translate?
All the time. You know, there's a lot of people that it's hard to tell how well you're going to play by watching practice. When the ball goes in the hole in practice, it covers a lot of ills too. And then when the ball doesn't go in the hole during a game, it magnifies, you know, a lot of ills. But you know, the thing about it is, to your point, you string together enough good days over time. There's a better percentage chance you'll play better in the competition, but it's never a guarantee. We see that happen all the time in sports. Teams that get to the Super Bowl and lay an egg, and they've been playing red hot to get to the Super Bowl, or get to the World Series and they can't find a strike zone, or I mean, all that stuff happens sometimes, but usually when you're consistently getting a little bit better every day, it happens less and less. And certainly tonight, you know, obviously that wasn't the case with us.
Coach, the final play there, can you kind of walk us through the design? I know you subbed those guys in probably for that reason, to throw the baseball pass and everything. You know, with the timeout in the pocket, you know, did you draw anything up, or was that just kind of the guys making the play?
Well, that's what we practice all the time. So I thought, yeah, we had a timeout, but to be honest with you, I thought we were better off running something where I thought they would put somebody on the ball, and they did. So that meant if they put somebody on the ball, that means KJ's one-on-one. If we call timeout, there's a chance they'll talk about it and put two guys back, and therefore KJ won't get a naked catch. That's about as good as you can do. It's a good pass, and KJ got a naked catch. It just didn't work out.
Anything else? Gary?
On the, with 1.8 seconds left, Flory fouled the guy. Was that what you were saying? He had to guard a lot? Was it difficult?
What I was saying, we put Flory in for Hunt for defensive purposes, which was good. Should have put KJ on 0, because 0 was going to be the ball screener. So if you switch 5, KJ's on him instead of Flory. That's not Flory's fault. That's my fault. That's what I was saying.
Big picture, what's the mood of the team?
Well, I doubt there'll be people at 11:59 doing any countdowns tonight. Yeah, we're down. We'll bounce back, but we're down, and certainly the league's a monster, and in order to play in this league, you need to hold serve at home, and we obviously didn't accomplish that. So we need to just continue to grind and stick together, and we'll get better. But the reality of it is, we're not the team that I think a lot of us thought we would be on January 1. We got a good team, but we can obviously be had, and today we were by a team that was better than us. So Darren and his staff did a great job. They played smart, they controlled tempo, they did a really nice job, and we got to understand something. Every game in our league will be similar to that. It'll be a rock fight.
Kind of a similar note, but losing the conference opener is new for KU. I mean, how do you approach that challenge of getting up after that with setting a bad tone, especially with 3 out of 4 next ones on the road?
Henry, you know, we won 33 in a row at home. 33 in a row to start the league. So half of those are on the road. Yeah, it sucks. So we put ourselves in a situation where there's obviously less margin for error if the goal is to win the league, and it always is. But you know, if the Chiefs would have lost to the Ravens, and was it the Ravens in the first game of the season this year? If guy would have been inbounds by a quarter of an inch and whatever, I think the Chiefs would have still found a way to recover from that. It's a long grind, guys, but obviously we didn't do ourselves any favors today.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.